Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? Panseke Radio. Be flamboyant.
Good evening, and here are the major stories for today. Senate President Bukola Saraki has called for an emergency meeting of the leadership of both the Senate and House of Representatives. Sources said the meeting, which would hold at 12 noon tomorrow, is to deliberate on the letter sent by President Muhammadu Buhari on the proposed sum of 164 billion naira to be provided through the supplementary budget, and also discuss the not less than 242 billion naira that will be required for the conduct of the 2019 general elections. According to sources, after the meeting of the leadership of the National Assembly, a meeting would then be held with officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission at 1 p.m. same day. Meanwhile, the presidency has warned that if the National Assembly doesn't reconvene to consider the foreign loan request and supplementary budget made by President Muhammadu Buhari, it could lead to a complete shutdown of government. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo earlier today met behind closed doors with Senate Majority Leader Ahmed Lawan and the Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly matters, Senator Ita Enang. Briefing State House correspondent after the meeting, Senator Ita Enang appealed to the presiding officers of the National Assembly to reconvene and consider the pending request of the President, stressing that anything short of that could lead to the complete shutdown of government. The Osun State High Court sitting in Oshogbo will on Wednesday, August 8, rule on the eligibility of the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Ademola Adeleke, for the September 22 election. At the resumed hearing of the case this Monday, the court heard preliminary objections and counter-affidavits in respect of a suit challenging the eligibility of Adeleke before it adjourned the case for ruling on the plaintiff's prayer before the court. Citing Section 177 subsection D of the Nigerian Constitution, the plaintiffs Rashid Olatunji and Idowu Oluwaseun had on July 23 this year approached the court, claiming that the PDP candidate wasn't eligible to participate in the primary election of the party because he doesn't possess the minimum required educational qualification, and asked the court to set aside the election. In another development, the All Progressives Congress Deputy Chairman in Osun State, Azeez Adeshiji, and 8 other executive members today presented their resignation letter at the state capital and defected to the Action Democratic Party, ADP, with over 6,200 members. In a joint letter, the 9 executive members cited nepotism, impunity, and unconcerned attitude of the decision makers in the APC as some of the reasons for their resignation. However, they were received by the state chairman of the Action Democratic Party, Toye Akinola, who expressed gratitude for the mass defection. And Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor Moses Ekpo says he hasn't resigned his position and is not leaving the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressives Congress, as been speculated. Chief Press Secretary to Ekpo, Ekikere Omo, today dismissed the rumor, which was allegedly triggered on Sunday by a Twitter post via APC Nigeria, that the Deputy Governor would also be leaving the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressives Congress, along with Senator Godswill Akpabio, a former governor and ally. Omo said the story is false and that the Deputy Governor had traveled on official assignment to represent Governor Emmanuel Odom at the Ati Annan Convention holding in New York. He added that Ekpo has no reason whatsoever to resign or jump ship from a government that is both responsive and performing optimally. In international news, South Sudan President Salva Kiir and the head of the country's main rebel group, Riek Machar, have signed a final ceasefire and power-sharing agreement, signaling a new long-awaited era of peace in that country. Speaking after the signing ceremony on Sunday, both leaders expressed optimism that the deal would end the war and the conflict in South Sudan. South Sudan became independent from Sudan in 2011, but a civil war broke out 2 years later between the government, led by Kiir, and a rebel movement led by Machar. Zimbabwe's main opposition has accused security forces of abducting its members in night raids to intimidate the party and stop it from challenging President Emmerson Mnangagwa's win in national elections. 6 people were killed in an army clampdown last week after violent protests amid opposition claims of vote rigging, in scenes reminiscent of the long rule of Robert Mugabe, when the security forces became a byword for heavy-handedness. Opposition leader Nelson Chamisa has rejected Mnangagwa's victory and has promised to use legal and constitutional means to challenge the poll outcome. His spokesman, Nkuleko Zipanda, told newsmen today that lawyers would announce on Tuesday when Chamisa will launch a formal challenge to the election results in court. And 13 people have suffered injuries after an explosion involving a car and a microbus in central Cairo this Monday, as the Egyptian Health Ministry has confirmed. The ministry in the statement said the injured were taken from the scene near a bridge in the Doki district to 3 different hospitals, where they were being treated for wounds and burns. State media reported that explosive experts have concluded that the blast was caused by an electrical fault, which spread a fire to the car's fuel tank. A health ministry official also told local radio that several other people were treated at the scene for minor injuries. In business, high charges in Nigeria's oil and gas free zones would discourage efforts to attract investment and grow the country's oil and gas reserves and production capacity, as an industry report has shown. According to investigations by Vanguard newspaper, illegal and exorbitant charges as well as other investor-unfriendly policies of the management of some of the private free zones have eroded the gains of the last 1 year and may affect Nigeria in the next ranking by the World Bank. The report also found that some investors who staked millions of dollars in some of the private free zones are on the verge of losing their investment after demonstrating faith in Nigeria's operating environment. And PepsiCo Incorporated said this Monday that Ramon Laguarta will succeed Indra Nooyi as Chief Executive Officer, tapping a company veteran with vast experience in international markets that have been driving the beverage giant's growth in recent years. Nooyi is to step down after 12 years as CEO. In a series of Twitter posts today, she described mixed emotions about leaving the role and also said Laguarta is exactly the right person to help build on at PepsiCo's strong position and success. Laguarta, 54, and a 22-year-old veteran of the company, resumes on October 3 and will be PepsiCo's 6th CEO in its 53-year history. He takes over as the beverage maker navigates a shrinking global soda market and growing snacks business, while spending more to stay competitive against rival Coca-Cola and nascent players eating into the market shares, which were up 1.3% in morning trading this Monday. In entertainment, reports say China's film authorities have denied a release to Disney's new Winnie the Pooh film, Christopher Robin. No reason has been given for the decision, but it's believed to be part of a nationwide clampdown on references to the beloved children's character. Chinese authorities have been blocking images of Pooh on social media since last year, after the A.A. Milne bear became a symbol of political dissent following its comparison with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. The comparison began in 2013 when an image of Xi working with President Barack Obama was posted alongside a picture of Pooh walking next to a tiger. And US pop singer Demi Lovato has issued a first statement after she was taken to hospital for a suspected drug overdose last month. Lovato, who is 25, in an Instagram post said she has always been transparent about her journey with addiction and that the illness is not something that fades with time. It is something she must continue to overcome. In a statement, the singer thanked the family and medics at the Los Angeles Cedars-Sinai Hospital, as well as her fans for their love and support. Lovato, whose biggest worldwide hits include Skyscraper, Cool for the Summer, and Sorry Not Sorry, has struggled with substance abuse for years and was feared to have relapsed in recent weeks. She has previously spoken about her struggle with addiction, bipolar, and eating disorders. And in sport, factional president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Chris Giwa, has charged the under-20 female team of the Falconets to exhibit the spirit of patriotism, discipline, and sportsmanship at the ongoing FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in France. The Falconets lost 0-1 to former world champions Germany today at St. Malo, their first game of the tournament, and are expected to face Haiti and China on August 9 and August 13. A statement issued by Giwa's Senior Special Assistant on Media, Victor Irele, urged the players and officials to be focused as the federation would do everything in its powers to give them what was due to them. And German club Borussia Dortmund says Belgium international Axel Witsel is set to join it from Chinese club Tianji Quanjian. Dortmund claims it has met the 29-year-old's release clause and that the midfielder has agreed to join the club on a deal until June 30, 2022. Prior to moving to China in January of 2017, Witsel spent 5 years at the Russian side Zenit St. Petersburg. He has almost 100 caps for Belgium and helped his country finish third at the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Those are the major stories for today. I am Binta Bhadmus.
Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? Panseke Radio. Be flamboyant.